I'm back from death, and Todd McShay's like, let me drop a top 50 big board. Yes, please. Welcome to Mock the Big Board, where we take a look at Todd McShay's top 50 big board. And I'm mocking, giving you my views, thoughts, and opinions. My top 200 big board, that's right, I do it bigger here, will be out later this week now that I'm feeling well. Thank you for asking, by the way. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. He does have, I guess, position rankings with 200 players. I'm not going to show that since that's like paywall, like behind the paywall content. To be fair, this top 50 is like behind the paywall, but I'm not going to show you all his content. And it's not like he even lists why. Like, I'm going to be coming out with a Patreon that has like my full like evals and stuff, so I'll at least tell you why I hate some of the guys you like. But let's go ahead and get into this sucker. And without further ado, this is probably Will Anderson. Yep, here we go. Will Anderson out of Alabama. He's probably going to be top for a lot of guys. Makes all the sense in the world. So, yeah, here he is. Dude's real good. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what it says, oh, he has like, oh, this was just his stats last year, was 79 pressures, 17 and a half sacks. The dude's ridiculous, man. I thought he had over 80 pressures. I don't know about that. I don't know, we'll see, but like, yeah, I don't know how he can really improve his draft stock this season. Dude is great. Let's keep this sucker rolling. I imagine, will we see a quarterback prospect here? Because I imagine he's probably going to like Stroud. Maybe, I don't know. Let's just look at it. It's Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter's really good. I'll blame that. I'll blame putting him here, and actually, we can actually see Stroud now. But yeah, I'll blame putting Jalen Carter here. For all intents and purposes, I really think for a lot of people, it's going to be the big five. The big five are going to be Will Anderson, Myles Murphy, Jalen Carter, Bryce Young, CJ Stroud. I think those are the top five prospects in this draft class currently. Maybe a few other guys you might want to put in there, like Keely Ringo. Some people really like JSN. But I think you're going to, at least in terms of like, that probably everyone's going to have that top five. But Jalen Carter is fantastic. He was my favorite Georgia prospect last season. I was saying it all year last year that I was like, yo, he's the best player on their defense. Oh, man, he's not even draft eligible. But, yeah, him at two, no surprise. This is CJ Stroud, like I already showed. So I imagine Bryce Young or Myles Murphy. Some people really they really don't like Bryce Young just because of the size, which it's going to scare off some NFL teams. It just is. But Stroud's good. People, at least this was a comment in my comment section in my mock that was like, I don't know why people are down on Stroud. He looked pretty good in his first three performances. They say that a lot of his struggles came early season, and then he laid out like touchdowns and yards and interceptions, and it's like, you can't just throw the stats. You need to look at the context. Because, like, especially that Oregon game, man, a lot of those balls were high overthrows. You go to the Tulsa game, that wasn't a pretty game by any means. It should have been a lot prettier, but there were a lot of turnover-worthy plays in that game. You could go further to, like, the Penn State and the Nebraska game, and the Michigan game was kind of up and down. But I really think all the arrows are pointed up for him. The way he balled out in the Utah game, I expect to see really that Stroud this whole season. Like, I think he's good, man. He's got ideal NFL arm strength, ideal size and whatnot. By the way, man, that mock draft I dropped last week, man, I looked dead. I really felt like I was on my deathbed recording that video. Man, oh man. All right, let's keep it rolling. Here's Bryce Young, which now this begs the question, is Myles Murphy going to be 5? Because some people aren't that high on him altogether. But with Bryce Young, a lot of people, the hang up is his size. Again, it's not going to meet some thresholds for some teams. Some people are going to point out, oh, he's listed taller than Kyler Murray. And I think he's maybe just as tall as Kyler Murray. Like, come on. You look at Bryce Young, and it's like, he's thin. He ain't that tall, man. He ain't that tall. I don't think he's 6'1". I'm willing to bet money he's like 5'10" and a half. But, yeah, like, I guess you could make the Kyler Murray argument, but again, that was a draft class where the quarterback class wasn't that good either. If you look at the prospects in that class, it was really just Kyler Murray, and then people try to really shoehorn Daniel Jones in there, and yes, it wasn't competitive. But let's see who this fifth guy is. It's Nolan Smith. I can't get behind Nolan Smith just yet. I want to see him come out and be consistent with it, but he's so like he's just thin. He needs to come into that body type, and not even come into that body type. You just need to put on mass, man. Like, if you're gonna be 235, you're gonna be not even sub 250. You're gonna be sub 240. Then they're gonna expect you to be able to drop into coverage a lot more than what this guy's probably going to be capable of. He needs to put on that weight. This is a guy that does win with pure athleticism, and I love stuff like that to an extent, but like, I'm not saying he can't gain the weight. I'm sure he can. I get why people like him. He's twitchy, he's quick, but for me, like, because he just re-emerged this past season in a rotation role. But I don't know. We'll see. Number 5, I think that's ridiculous. I don't mind people putting him in like the first round discussion. I get that. There's a lot to like. Top 5 is just what? It's outlandish. It's ludicrous. Well, here's Kayshon Boutte. He's my top wide receiver. Oh man, I wonder where frickin' Miles Murphy's gonna be. I love Booty. Dude's quick, great skills after the catch as well. Guy that can take on contact, that can really just he's very fluent. Catches the ball, gone. We'll see how the ankle holds up this year. I think that's gonna be questions, knowing that there was a couple of surgeries on that injured ankle. So let's see how he does this year. But big fan of Boutte. I don't feel really good about any of the receivers, though, necessarily as top 10 prospects, though. Like Boutte, I kind of I really love. I am a Boutte man, but even then, I'm just kind of for me, it's a little cringe sticking him in the first. I get a lot of that's just based on, if he comes back 100%, man, this guy is really that wonderful. Wow, number 7, Jordan Addison. Listen, this is not the second coming of Devontae Smith. He really isn't. This is a guy that will get knocked off routes, that can't handle physicality throughout the route. He wins with quicks. He wins with speed, which there's nothing wrong with that. If you could put on some more mass, that'll be great. Dude is a wonderful receiver. I don't feel good about him. Number 7, I feel better maybe in that 20 to 30 range when it comes to Jordan Addison. Should put up some good numbers, though, in Lincoln Riley's scheme. All right, number 8. We got a running back. Yo, I love Bijan. I think the dude's uber talented. He's not going to be on my list that high because I try to take into account positional value and running back. Just value's not that great, unfortunately. But he's also a guy that he's lined up at receiver. He's lined up in the slot. He can do that. He can be more than just a running back. This guy's literally he's a bull that can ballroom dance. This guy is so good in close quarters, and he shows good bursts, handles contact, no problem. Big fan. At 8, I like him more in that like 15 to 20 area. 8, ridiculous to me. And I hate saying that. I really like Bijan. Michael Mare. Ooh, first tight end, by the way. Mare's really good. I don't think there's really anything generational about him. But not to say that, that doesn't mean he can't, like, he's not going to be good in the NFL. Like, I think there's a lot of, like, George Kittle quality, like, traits and qualities to him. Dude's a phenomenal run blocker. He's going to be a consistent just chain mover. This guy's showing really good hands. Nice, strong hands. It's just, like, athletically, it's like he won't blow you away. But yeah, here he is at 9. I don't blame him, man. I think I probably have him in the, like, I want to say he's like around like 12 to 15 for me. I don't know. We'll see when I drop mine. Here he is, freaking finally, Miles Murphy, physical specimen. Yeah, not complete prospect, could work on actual like pass rush moves, but the dude is just so physically dominating. So physically dominating. So physically dominating. Like, dude's got the heaviest hands, he can literally put blockers at his whim. It's just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs nuts. All right, number 11. There's JSN. Yeah, I think maybe we will be changing the book this year on how the NFL feels about slot receivers, especially after the following year. We saw Cooper Kupp just explode. And a lot of people just view him. He's like, yeah, he's just kind of a slot guy. But it's kind of a dangerous thing in the NFL nowadays. So if you look at JSN, it's like, can he win on the outside? Does he really need to win on the outside? Big fan, dude. I don't think he's not the type of athlete that'll blow you away, but he's just so fluent after the catch. He does well taking on contact. He can create after the catch. The guy's a really good prospect. Yeah, actually, I kind of like him outside of the top 10. I'm not going to lie. I think once you get to around 10, 11, 12, 13, that's when I kind of start thinking about JSN. Number 12. We got Keely Ringo, my top corner in this class. No one's even close. Dude's just phenomenal. I don't know if there's much to really talk about. Like I said, I really don't think anyone's close. This dude's got such impressive closing speed. And then there's Brian Brazee. Coming off the ACL from last year, only played 4 games. Former 5-star recruit, though, man. There's a lot of traits there to like. It'd be nice just to see a full healthy season of more of what we saw his freshman year. 13, I don't know. It doesn't feel. It feels high, but it's really not. But I don't know, man. The guy's really good, though. Let's keep this sucker going. Paris Johnson, I'm telling y'all, man. You got Broderick Jones, Paris Johnson, Peter Skoronski. I think 2 of those 3 guys end up top 10 guys. And I really think Paris Johnson might be the one. Dude's got what you want to see in a tackle. He's got the build, he's got the length, he's got the flexibility, the movement skills. Like, even at guard, you saw him, it was like, man, this guy can move. So I can't wait to see him at tackle. He's really should honestly play tackle out of the gate for last year instead of maybe like a Nicholas Petit-Frere, but kind of is what it is. Here's Isaiah Foskey. I think he's got one of the higher ceilings on these like second tier edge talents. I love the length, very good run defender, plays strong, plays powerful, and yeah, probably could be. I think we'll see him much improved as a pass rusher this year. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. There's stuff he could definitely like work on. Whether it's how he like uses his hands, using his length better, stuff like that. More pass rush moves, maybe. All right. There's Eric Gilbert. Quite honestly, dude just needs to play this year. Dude just needs to play. There's going to see a lot of guys like me. He's going to be high on my big board who are going to bet on, like, just this guy is a freak when it comes to this guy. He's a freak. Athletically, he's just kind of a specimen, man. It's, you start talking that, oh, generational type of tight end talent. He just has to play. It's like, you know what kind of like brings it all together where you could drop that generational type of label? Production. He needs to see production this year after taking last year off because of personal reasons. Then here's Andre Carter. I actually found out that I'm a lot higher on Andre Carter than I guess I thought I was. I'll just say that. But yeah, the dude was ridiculous. Kind of a freak specimen. Look, 6'7". Is he 250? I think he was a little bigger. But he's adding muscle to that frame, put in more meat. Get this guy in the NFL weight room, then watch out. You're dealing with a physical beast. All right, here we got Cam Smith. I love this cat. This guy's got an eye for the football. He fights with receivers all the way through the catch. Like, he can literally jar a catch loose, like, right there at the bottom. Like, you think the receiver's bringing down? Man, his hand's still in there. It's still in there. Oh, there it goes. Man, I just love that. I love that. The dude plays with a lot of confidence. So, yeah, Cam Smith, him this high, not bad. I think he is that next tier of corner. And then, finally, Jordan Battle. I love Jordan Battle. Don't know why it didn't come out last year. Apparently, there were rumors that I guess he didn't really get ideal projections, so that's why I decided to come back. I don't know how much of that is true or not. Again, that's kind of hearsay. He say, she say, or hearsay. I don't know how they refer to that, but dude's good athlete. I like him in man coverage. Needs to lower his target zone when he goes for tackles. He's a bit of a headhunter and led to some ejections and targeting penalties. So there are going to be questions about how much of an athlete he is, but I think he's fine. He's a top 50 guy to me. Peter Skoronski. Biggest thing with him, man, how will the NFL view him? Is he a guard? Or is he an interior player, or is he a tackle? It seems like he's probably going to have less than ideal length. And I don't know, man. For some teams, they don't like that. We've seen it be A-okay. Like in the past with guys like Mitchell Schwartz, Penny Sewell, Sean Slater, Jonah Williams. So it's like it can work on the outside. It really just depends on what NFL teams are going to be okay with it or not. Regardless, he's going to be a phenomenal offensive line prospect. Guy's been great for 2 years. All right, Will Levis. I don't love Will Levis. I think there's still a lot to show. He got better down the stretch. Most definitely got better down the stretch. And works in a very translatable scheme that has a lot of NFL passing concepts. Because, well, what? He had used to be under former, now last year it was under now Rams offensive coordinator, Cohen. And now his OC is the former quarterbacks coach of the Niners. So it's like, it's just, he's going to be working in a very NFL ready scheme. So yeah, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. It's just, can he be consistent? There are times, where he's just not throwing with anticipation or the timing's off and such. But strong arm, I get it. Good guy. He's top 50 for me. Keanu Benton. Some people really like this cat. Excuse me. I like him too, but got him as a. I think I have him. He's gonna be in my top 200, but I think I got him as like a fourth, fifth rounder, early day 3. But like with this cat, there's a lot of times where he gets caught at like he will work himself out of the play because he wants to win the rep. Like he's got a competitor's mentality, a winner's mentality, but it distracts him from what's going on in the backfield, or he ends up basically he ends up dance partners with the blockers, at least in the run game, and it's just he ended up moving from his assignment, and it's like I'd like to see a bit more gap discipline, and when it comes to being a pass rusher, I'd like to see him try to get after it a little bit more, but I get why people like him. Dude's good. Joey Porter, man, I feel lower on this cat, and I like him, man. It's just I think penalties are a scary thing with him. Excuse me. Still trying to get better, man. But penalties and just overall, like when he's got nothing to do, like finding something to do, not being just content in just not being just content in your assignment, but actually going out and trying to make plays on the ball. Man, I talk about that in my corners video. You could go watch that. All right, we're almost halfway there. Noah Sewell, he's your top linebacker. He can be. Does he get better? Like he needs to get better in terms of his coverage prowess. Even if it's not tip top, it's fine, as long as he becomes a better tackler. BJ Ojalare, I love him. This cat's really good. A lot of moves, a lot of hand counters. Some people aren't going to like that he's sub 250. I think the NFL's kind of like, they're kind of being more content with that, but he is going to be like only for some schemes. So, but big fan. Tyler Van Dyke, the other quarterback, is here. I wonder who his next quarterback will be. Here, let me actually. There we go. Yeah, big fan of Van Dyke. Huge. Excuse me. Just needs to show another season of consistency. After being a first-time starter last year. And then Jermaine Burke. Yo, some fool in my comment section try to tell me, oh, Jermaine Burton ain't even top 10 LMAO, and it's like, yo, why don't I don't even play with those comments. I just go in. Like if you're gonna come in and be insincere, like I ain't gonna waste time on you. Like I'm trying to have actual football discourse. I'm not gonna waste time on you. Deadly Speedster, watch out for him this year. Number 28, we got Tyreek Stevenson. Dude's got an insane build, almost like a safety, playing out there at corner, former Georgia recruit. Cat's real good. Covered him in my quarterback rankings. John Michael Schmitz. See, I'm just worried with him. Age, and it's like he's all right and whatnot, but I feel better about that cat on day 2. So I don't know about him being a first rounder. But hey, man, things could change. Dude's been very good. Number 30, Ali Gay. Oh man, feels real high for him. He's gonna be an older prospect as well. I think he's gonna be 24 by the time he takes his first NFL snap. But it doesn't really have the ideal explosiveness for the position. Also struggles, in my opinion, against the run. But I get it. You like his length. You like how he uses his length. He's been very effective, but this feels a bit early. My boy Brandon Joseph, the man can cover a lot of ground. Hopefully he has a nice bounce back year for Notre Dame. Jahmyr Gibbs. It's gonna be interesting. I actually kind of talked about this over on another channel. That with Jahmyr Gibbs is gonna be interesting because he's a lot different than what we're used to and accustomed to from Alabama backs. So he seems more like the change of pace back for like your standard Alabama backs, kind of like the TJ Yeldon type, and I think that's how he's probably going to be used. But dude's fun, great out in space. Yo, Todd McShay gets it right once in a while. I freaking love Kenny Macintosh. Look at this, has compact run style, run low to the ground, good lower body flexibility, real good center of gravity. Dude's great, and guess what? Dude flat out fast, great return skills. I freaking love Kenny Macintosh, but this does feel too high for Macintosh. But I'm also notable. I don't like taking run backs high. Oh man, Elijah Cansey, dude. This is a guy that is literally gonna have to overcome that 6'1", 275, bit of a tweener, but guy runs with a hot motor, and he was so good last year for Pitt. Then Henry Toa obviously can work out some stuff with him, but in terms of missed tackling, knowing where he's at in coverage, but you as an athlete, like you can definitely tell like he's someone to watch out for. Josh Downs, when it comes to that, like that his build, that 5'10", 180. He like watching him, he doesn't look like Jahan Dotson. He just doesn't. He's not nearly as fluid. Like I don't think he's as fluid as a route runner. And to be fair, like Downs, he's not asked to run a plethora of different routes there. Really, just kind of being this guy that they scheme open, but like Downs, like dude's twitched up. I get why a lot of people like him. Sika Ika out of Baylor, guy at 6'4", 350, moves fabulous. Love it. We got Cedric Van Praan here, and I talked about this. You go check out my interior video. I'll really going into it. He's a guy that he feels like he's gonna take that next step after being a first-time starter there on that Georgia line, first-time starter, and did it fabulously. Played more snaps than anyone else did on offense last year for Georgia. Ooh, Dontavian Wicks. This guy just checked out. Did impress me a bit. Don't have him this high, I will say, but man, it feels like this guy can fly. For me, he kind of goes down on initial contact, but like he is feisty with the ball in his hands. I will say that, and dude was just a legit weapon. It sounds like they're actually going to use him a lot more in like screen opportunities, or try to get him the ball out in space to do more with. So we'll see. Brett Johnson, this is an interesting cat. I haven't gotten to him yet. I think he was in a car crash, right? Because he missed last season. I think it was because of a car crash. I don't know. Don't quote me. But I hear a lot of good things about him. He's made a lot of people's like early like I imagine he's gonna be on the Senior Bowl early Senior Bowl guys to look out for list. He probably already made the Shrine Bowl one, but yeah, kind of curious to check this cat out. All right, Zion Toipolo-Fetty, big fan. Dude just needs to stay healthy, and just come out and dominate the way I know you can. All right, Sean Tucker. We know I love this cat. For me, this is like Javonte Williams. I think he's gonna come out and kind of like be the Javonte Williams-esque running back in this class, where I guess you would say Bijan's both Najee and Travis Etienne combined. But I like this guy, man. This dude's got great contact balance, and he legit can fly once he gets going. Former track guy. Storm Duck. Oh, I really think the better corner is Tony Grimes. With Storm Duck, to be fair, just hasn't really been able to stay healthy. We'll get to see how he does this year. And then Clark Phillips. I love how this guy moves. A lot of people are going to be thinking he's a slot guy. He has worked both on the outside and on the inside, but I think he could stay. I think he could keep this cat in a keep him on the outside and off coverage. All right, Will McDonald, dude is freaky in terms of his explosiveness. Dude flies. Oh, here. Oh, I just had to check something real quick. Dude flies. Little bit of an older prospect. I think he's gonna kind of be the oh my gosh, it's slipping. Boye Mafe, who was a bit of an older prospect as well. But I think Will McDonald in turn is a bit more well put together as a pass rusher. At least going into the season compared to Boye Mafe, who was a bit more this raw prospect that kind of polished as the year went on. All right. And Gervin Dexter, I'm surprised he's a little this low, but I get it, man. He's a guy that can be a bit more consistent, but man, you see how he moves at that 6'6", 303, and still plays with incredible leverage. It's hard to get good leverage at that size. Layden Robinson, watch out for this cat, man. Dude, if he can put it together as a pass blocker, then I think he's going to probably be a high prospect, at least for the guard. Eli Ricks. I wonder why he has Eli Ricks this low. Is it the shoulder injury? Okay, it doesn't really mention anything about I think it was an off-season DUI, but again, in these instances that are like, there's not a track record of it. It's kind of like, okay, it's a young kid doing stupid things. But some people, I could see that maybe there's hesitancy of where he's at as an athlete as well. That he might not be the most well put together athlete compared to the other top of the class. Keep that in mind. Top of the class. But 48, man. Ooh, that seems still pretty low. Nick Herbig, man. Dude's super small, man, but I love this dude's pass rush game plan. It's all kinds of ridiculous. Like the way he interacts and counters, tackles, hands moves, like because he keeps guys off his strike zone. He keeps himself clean. It's really incredible. And then, dude, Rasheed Ali. Is he eligible? I thought he was a freshman last year. Okay, I didn't go back and I've only seen highlights of Rasheed Ali. Because I'm gonna be straight up honest with y'all guys. I didn't think he was eligible. I thought he was a true freshman. Because I don't mind going and actually watching some Rasheed Ali before the season starts. Redshirt sophomore. Ooh. We'll butter my biscuits. Okay, Todd McShay. First you had my attention, and now you have my view and arousal, I suppose. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do the YouTube thing. And as always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.